In this video, the Empire has sent a brutal force of machines to sweep through the Naboo city of Moenia in order to root out a remaining group of political dissidents loyal to the rebellion. The Empire, however, is unaware that its mission is about to be opposed by a small fleet of flash speeders, along with a band of courageous Kamikaze Clone Grenadiers led by Commander Cody. Republic lives will inevitably be lost, but will this be enough to thwart the Empire's nefarious purposes and thereby to allow the hope of political dissidents to live on? Find out as we play a 365-point game of Star Wars miniatures by Wizards of the Coast. Hello gamers, Matthew here from Grey Army Gaming in lovely Fågelund, Sweden. Today we have got a great game of Star Wars miniatures for you. We have the Empire versus some political dissidents from the Republic. Now the way that this scenario is going to work out is like this. The Empire has entered this Naboo city of Moenia and it is going to be making its way through this central part of the city. Now the Empire does not realize, however, that some political dissidents are waiting for them, led here by Commander Cody down in the corner, and a handful of Grenadiers, Clone Trooper Grenadiers, along with a group of Flash Speeders. Now we've got a special rule that we're going to be using for our Grenadiers, and let's go ahead and explain that before we roll off for initiative. On the Republic side, we have a total of 7 elite Clone Trooper Grenadiers we are going to be playing with, and they're going to be functioning pretty much the same way as they normally would. 20 hit points, defense, attack like normal, 20 damage like normal with their grenades attack like normal. One additional rule we're going to have now is the Kamikaze rule, and that is simply this. If one of these Grenadiers is able to get into base-to-base contact with one of the Empire machines, it will be able to do 50 points of damage in an explosion. Unfortunately, however, that means that the Grenadier itself will also be removed from combat. And of course, rules for damage reduction from the AT-STs and AT-ATs will apply as normal. So a bit of a David versus Goliath kind of scenario where we have the nimble troopers on foot trying to take on the huge lumbering machines. And let's go ahead and show you really quick the deployment that we have set up here. On this side of the battlefield, we have the Empire's AT-AT Walker coming in here, and he will be led by 3 AT-ST Walkers down here. They'll be coming and making their way down the middle of the city, and they will be met here by our first group of Grenadiers. We've got over here Commander Cody on the corner, leading 2 other Grenadiers. On this side, we've got 3 of them hidden out. Over behind this building, tried to sneak around on a flank, we've got 2 more Grenadiers, so once again a total of 7 led by Commander Cody. Over to this side we've got 2 Flash Speeders hiding here behind this building, and on the other side 2 Flash Speeders as well. Alright, with that little breakdown, let's go ahead and roll for initiative. Here we go. The Rebels will be using the red die and the Empire the white gray. Here we go, and it is a 13-11. The Empire begins. The Republic is completely hidden at this point, so let's just go ahead and activate 2 of our AT-STs and walk them up. There you go, 1 AT-ST right up the middle, 1 off the side. Let's go ahead and activate the Republic. Okay, I think what we need here is a show of power. We're going to have both of these lead Flash Speeders charge out in the middle and take a shot off on that AT-ST. From their final position, each of these Flash Speeders is going to take their shots off onto this guy right here. First speeder here hitting on a 7+, 16, yes, 30 points, 10 points of damage reduction, so 20 goes through. Second one here, also 7+, it's a 20, wow. So an amazing hit, a critical hit that finds like a weakness in the armor somehow, goes through for a total of 60 damage, 10 points reduction, so a total of 70 onto this AT-ST. What an attack. Empire activation, not holding back. We're going to have our big guns here. Heavy blaster firing off over at this speeder on the left, or the top there. So heavy laser cannon activation. There's our first activation. Okay, here we go. 2 shots plus 6 to hit, so we're hitting on a 10 plus. If we miss, we still do 20 points of damage. Hitting, we do 60. First one, 20. Oh my gosh. Ah! So already a critical hit. Let's go ahead and roll the second one off just for the heck of it. And it's an 11. Both shots go through. One is a critical hit. So that will be 180 points of damage against the top speeder. He is completely obliterated. And 40 points of damage to the vehicle next to it because of the blast that just flew through the air there. You can imagine shrapnel from the other speeder coming in and hitting the second one. So that poor flash speeder has dropped down to half hit points from 80 down to 40. Now the Empire has one more activation, so we're going to go over here and continue with our massive AT-AT, and we'll have them fire off their medium blaster at the same flash speeder over here. So also getting 2 shots. 2 attacks, 6 plus to do 20 points of damage each. And there's an 8. First one goes through, second one. And it's an 11, yes, so it connects. 40 points of damage, enough to take out that other flash speeder. Back to the Republic. After that brutal round, I'm not really sure what we're going to do. These machines are just plowing over us. Let's start over here with this flash speeder and actually send him around the corner. And let's keep him under the cover of these buildings. And there's the final position for that speeder coming alongside those 2 Grenadiers. Alright, second activation. Let's go ahead and try something interesting here. We have mobile attack on these flash speeders, so we're going to drive this guy out here, and he's going to be able to, from this position, in the middle of his movement, take a shot off on that AT-ST, and when he's done with that, then he is going to fly back into cover. He has enough movement to pull that off. And from this position now, we're going to take a shot over on this AT-ST before we cruise back behind the building. Needing to show a 7 plus. And it's a 2. No, he misses. Oh, that's too bad. Well, he's going to end up turning around and flying back behind the building for cover again. Alright, let's head back to the Empire for activations. They cannot see anybody at this point, so we're going to have this AT-ST far away, just have him fly up his 12 inches, and then we got to move our big old AT-AT. And a move activation on the big guy. We'll just move him forward 2 inches. Republic activations. Let's go ahead and have these 2 guys coming around the corner. Let's run them over to the corner here and go ahead and get some shots off on that AT-ST behind cover. Hitting on a 6 plus for 20 points of damage. First one, 5 is a miss. Second guy here behind him, 18. It's a hit. 20 points of damage with damage reduction down to 10. Hey, it's 10 points of damage. It is still something. Everything counts at this point. Back to the Empire. The AT-AT is all we have left. Let's activate 2 more times and use both for movement. And we'll be lumbering forward a total of 4 inches. Alright, all we have left is 1 activation for the Empire. That's moving for this bad boy. The rest of the activations are going to be to the Republic dissidents. And now the question is really crazy. I mean, this all comes down to what is going to happen in the next initiative roll. What I'm thinking here is, true to the nature of the game with these Kamikaze Grenadiers, I'm going to have everybody run out as far as they can, as close as they possibly can to these guys, and hope and pray that they get the initiative roll next turn, and then they can really do some massive amounts of damage. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start here by activating Cody first. We're going to have Cody run out around the corner and take a shot off onto this guy who was already weakened. Come on, men, follow me for the glory of the Republic! Cody firing off from here over onto this guy, hitting on a 3+. And it's a 6. Yes, it goes through. 20 points of damage with damage reduction, 10 points total. Second initiation, Kamikaze plan. Let's just run these guys out. Final activation for the Empire this round. 2 more inches of movement for the AT-AT. All the rest of the activations go to the Republic. Let's run these guys into the center of the battlefield. With that, we come to the end of round 1. Woo! What a fight we have got going on here. 2 flash speeders have already been taken out. One is over here in the corner, kind of cowering, hiding out over there. The other one is trying to make its way around the buildings to try and get that AT-AT in its flank. Here we've got 3 AT-STs moving up through the streets, and true to their nature, the Kamikaze Grenadiers are charging through the streets. This is going to be a huge initiative roll because we really need the Republic to get this. If they do not get that, the Empire is probably going to be able to pick off quite a few of them. Here we go. Let's go ahead and roll initiative for round 2. Red for Republic and the white for the Empire. Here we go. And it's 6-4. The Republic gets it. Yes! First Republic activation, we're going to have this guy run into this AT-ST. And remember, the Kamikaze rules here, if it's a successful attack, he does 50 points of damage. And a 6+2 hit. Here we go. 16. Yes, 50 points of damage. Damage reduction of 10. Still 40 points of damage. 120 points of damage. This guy is taken out of the picture, and he is also sacrificed in the explosion. Second activation, let's run him up 6 inches and take a shot off onto that AT-ST. Needing a 6 to hit here. That's a 3, a miss. In response, let's activate this AT-ST, bring him up here, and drop some grenades on those guys. Grenades versus grenades. We're going to go on this first guy here, and every adjacent guy also will take 20 damage unless they make a save of 11. Let's do the save for the first guy here. 11, he makes it with a 12. Second guy makes it with an 11. Wow, they're both able to jump out of the range of the grenades. Second activation, we'll do the same thing with this AT-ST over here. Grenades onto these 2 guys around the corner. Dropping on the first guy here, we need an 11 to save. 20, he saves. The guy behind him, is he able to save with a 4? No. 20 points of damage knocks him out of the battlefield. Back to the Republic activation. Let's have these 2 guys here split up, get away from each other, have them run up 6 inches and both shoot at this AT-ST. All right, hitting for a 10 points of damage on a 6+. 7, yes, second guy. 13, 20 points of damage goes through. Back to the Empire now. The only activations left are the AT-AT. And you see here now the benefit of what we're doing with the clone troopers. We're forcing the AT-AT really to use its massive guns for things that are really small. We don't have any massive ships right now that this thing can take on. So it's using some massive firepower for little things. We're going to have him take some shots off of this major weapon here onto Cody. 2 shots with the heavy laser cannon. Good luck, Cody. First attack, hitting on a 10+. 3, no. So Cody takes only 20 points of damage. Second one, same thing. No, he misses again. So only 40 points of damage. Amazingly, Cody's still alive. But this thing still has 1 more activation, so we're going to activate and use our medium blasters on Cody as well. He is just getting throttled. 2 attacks, hitting on a 6+. First one, 16. Yes, that's enough to knock Cody out. Smart move by the Empire to take out Cody because all of his commander effects are now out of play. Back to the Republic. Let's activate this guy right here. We're going to run him over here and have him take a shot off into this ATST. 6+ for 10 points of damage. 18, yes. Next off, let's have this little guy make a break over here for the wall. He's also, as he runs over this direction, going to shoot off on the ATST. 6+ for 10 points of damage. 15, yes. The Empire will use 2 activations to move ahead 4 inches with the AT-AT. Final 2 activations for the Republic. Flash speeder time. Flash speeder connecting on a 7. 13. You can't see it behind the stairs, but it's a 13. Yes, 20 points of damage. And that will drop that ATSC down to 80 points. 80 points left of hit points. Second activation for the Republic. Let's get this speeder over here. Get in the game, man. Cruising back into the streets now. This guy's going to take a shot over here onto this ATST. Needing a 7+. 3. No, this guy is so worthless. Final 2 activations in this round go to the Empire. It's going to be movement 2 more inches. Actually 4 inches, but we can't walk through our walker. Or maybe we actually can. Should we try that? No, we're not going to do that. We don't want to put our ATST in danger. So we're just going to walk right up to his base. What this means, however, is that this guy right here was nudged, so we will place him onto the base of the AT-AT. He is within range of detonation. And with that, we come to the end of round 2, and we have got an extremely close game going here. Flash speeder charging in onto the AT-ST. We've got our Kamikaze clone troopers charging in here. They are starting to swarm the base of that AT-AT. They will probably do some extreme amount of damage here pretty soon. One more flash speeder cruising up here. The question is, are these AT-STs going to be able to hold off these guys, or are these small little ant-like people going to be able to fly their way through and take out the big machines? We will see as we roll initiative for the round 3. Every initiative roll is huge, but this one feels especially big. Here we go. Red for the Republic, white for the Empire. 17 to the Republic. They begin again. First activation for the Republic. Let's move him a little further in and try to use his explosive device. The device will go off on a 5+ now. Here we go. 5+. 6. Yes! 50 points of damage as the Kamikaze clone explodes, and the explosion goes up into the AT-AT, doing 50 points of damage, dropping it down to 250 hit points. Second activation. Let's do the same thing and run that other clone trooper in. Again, we need a 5+ for the damage to go off. 12, yes! 50 more points of damage. Seeing what is happening now, this AT-ST is going to swivel around and take a shot off on this clone trooper right here. Actually, 2 shots, swiveling around in place, double attack. Needing to show a 6+. 15, yes, more than enough damage. Second activation for the Empire. We're going to do something similar. Swivel here. 2 shots off on this flash speeder. Needing an 8+. 16, yes. First one goes through. Second one. 15, yes. 80 points of damage. That's enough to take out our flash speeder, unfortunately. The Empire is just super powerful at this point. It is not looking good for the Republic. We're going to continue with our attempt to take down these machines, charging that clone trooper in. 5+. 12, yes. 150 points of damage now to the AT-AT. 150 points left. Back to the Empire. Let's go ahead and activate this guy. Heavy laser cannon from him over here onto this flash speeder. 2 attacks. 10+ on the heavy laser cannon. First shot. We need a 10+. Yeah, 16. Yes, it goes through 60 points of damage. Second one. It's a 6. No, it's going to miss. But even with a miss, the blast radius is so huge, it still does 20 points of damage. So 60 plus 20 is 80. That's enough to take out our last flash speeder. Final activations. This guy is unable to see him. He is out of his forward arc, so he can't shoot him. He can't use his medium blast cannons. He's going to walk a little bit, but that's about all he's going to do in this turn. And then we are done with this round, except for one more activation down here for the Republic. So let's move him forward a couple inches. End his turn there. Final activation for the Republic. This is nothing other than for the sake of honor. He's going to charge into the AT-AT. One lone trooper left. Of that round, and here is the final initiative roll of this game. All right, 18 to 16. The Republic will get the first initiative in the last round. And with a final battle cry against tyranny, our last clone trooper is going to try to detonate his device on a 5 plus 15. It goes off. He is taken out of the picture, doing 50 more points of damage to the AT-AT, dropping it down to a mere 100 hit points. As the smoke clears from that final blast, we're able to survey the damage now. Nobody in the Republic dissidents remains. The Empire is completely plowed over them. However, the dissidents were able to do some severe damage to the Empire machines, taking out one AT-ST, damaging 2 others, and severely damaging this AT-AT. Maybe for them, that is victory enough to take a chunk out of the Empire's power so that the next group of dissidents, when they rise up, will be able to finish off the job that they started. Well, there you have it, folks. 365 points of the Republic versus the growing Empire. Now, this was an exciting game, and I was surprised at how strong the Empire came out and were able to just decimate our flash speeders from the very beginning. I was hoping to get some of them around behind that AT-AT where he wouldn't be able to shoot them and where they would be able then to pick off the AT-AT's hit points slowly. The clone troopers did their job with the Kamikaze attacks and did quite a bit of damage to the AT-AT. So overall, I think they did their job pretty well. Cody, unfortunately, got taken out really quickly by some powerful blaster fire. There's nothing he could have done in that situation other than stay hidden, but that is not what Cody was going to do. Well, it looks like the Empire has gotten a victory here, but I guess we could also say, like we said in the conclusion of the bat rep here, that the Republic also took some damage out of these big machines, and in that sense, we could also say that even though they have all been destroyed, it's something of a victory for them as they have weakened down the Empire in its march forward to take over the universe. Well, if you like this kind of content, please do give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment below, and we will continue to make this kind of content in the future. And most of all, thank you for joining us here today at Gray Army Gaming for the future of gaming.